I always thought my life was pretty average. I worked a 9-to-5 desk job at a marketing firm called Bright Ideas Inc. in downtown Los Angeles. My name is David, by the way. I'm just your regular 28-year-old office drone. I have a cubicle near the window, a boss who can't remember my name half the time, and a strict coffee addiction that keeps me sane. Every morning, I would follow the same routine. Wake up, make coffee, get dressed, and head to work. The most excitement I got was when the office coffee machine broke down, and we had to walk an extra block to the nearest Starbucks. Life was mundane, but I was content. But there was one aspect of my life that no one knew about, something that kept my spirits high and my heart fluttering, my secret love for my anime body pillow. Her name was Sakura-chan, a character from a somewhat obscure anime called Cherry Blossoms of Love. She was everything I ever wanted, kind, beautiful, and always there for me. It all started a few years ago when I was feeling particularly lonely. I stumbled upon Cherry Blossoms of Love and was instantly captivated by the character of Sakura. She had this aura of warmth and kindness that drew me in. Before I knew it, I was ordering a custom-made body pillow with her image on it. Sakura-chan became my confidant, my source of comfort after a long day. I would come home, plop down on the couch, and talk to her about everything. My annoying boss, my latest work projects, and even my hopes and dreams. It was weird, sure, but it made me happy. I never thought anyone would find out. After all, who would suspect quiet, unassuming David of harboring such a bizarre secret? But fate has a funny way of turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. One Monday morning, I arrived at the office to find the usual chaos of a marketing firm gearing up for the week. The clatter of keyboards, the hum of printers, and the murmur of colleagues discussing campaigns filled the air. As I settled into my cubicle, I noticed an email from our HR manager, Karen. The subject line read, "Mandatory Team Building Activity." Great, I thought, another forced bonding session. These usually involved awkward icebreakers and poorly planned activities that no one really wanted to participate in. I opened the email and sighed. This time, it was a show and tell of our most cherished personal items, scheduled for Friday. I felt a knot form in my stomach. What could I possibly bring that wouldn't bore everyone to tears? My mind wandered to Sakura-chan, but I quickly dismissed the idea. That was my secret, something that had no place in the sterile environment of Bright Ideas Inc. As the week progressed, I still hadn't decided on what to bring. I watched my colleagues prepare, each one more enthusiastic than the last. Sarah from accounting was bringing her collection of vintage stamps, and Mike from IT was planning to showcase his homemade drones. Thursday evening, I was in my apartment, talking to Sakura-chan as usual. What should I bring, Sakura? Everyone else has something cool to show, and I'm just me. I had laid Sakura-chan on the bed and was pacing around, deep in thought. Without realizing it, I had left my webcam on from an earlier video call. Suddenly, my phone buzzed with a notification. It was a message from Mark, my coworker. "Hey man, you left your webcam on during the call earlier. Might want to turn it off." My heart skipped a beat. How long had it been on? Did anyone see me with Sakura-chan? I quickly turned off the webcam and prayed that no one had noticed anything unusual. Friday arrived faster than I wanted it to. I walked into the office, clutching an old baseball glove, a last-minute, safe choice for show and tell. As I approached my cubicle, I noticed people whispering and glancing in my direction. My stomach churned with anxiety. I sat down and logged into my computer. Almost immediately, a message popped up from my friend Julia. "David, did you see the office group chat?" Dread filled me as I opened the chat. There, in all its horrifying glory, was a screenshot of me with Sakura-chan, taken from my webcam. The caption read, "David's got a girlfriend, and she's animated." My world came crashing down. How could this happen? I felt my face burn with embarrassment. My secret was out, and there was no escaping it. Throughout the morning, I tried to keep my head down, avoiding eye contact with everyone. But it was impossible to ignore the snickers and side glances. During lunch, I hid in the break room, hoping to avoid any confrontations. But Mark, the office prankster, found me. "Hey man, what's with the pillow? Is it like your girlfriend or something?" I could see the mockery in his eyes. "It's not like that," I muttered, trying to deflect. "It's just a hobby." "A hobby? Dude, that's some next-level nerdy stuff," Mark laughed. But hey, whatever floats your boat. I felt a mix of anger and humiliation. I wanted to explain, to make them understand, but I knew it was futile. In their eyes, I was just the weird guy with an anime pillow. That evening, I went home feeling more defeated than ever. I lay on my bed with Sakura-chan, venting my frustrations. Why did this have to happen, Sakura? I just wanted to keep you a secret. As I talked, I realized something. I had spent so much time hiding my love for Sakura-chan, fearing what others would think, that I had forgotten to embrace what made me happy. Maybe it was time to stop hiding and start owning who I was. The next day, I made a decision. I walked into the office with Sakura-chan tucked under my arm. Heads turned and whispers started immediately, but I kept my head high. I went straight to the break room where the show and tell was being held. When it was my turn, I stood up, holding Sakura-chan proudly. "This is Sakura-chan," I said, my voice steady. "She's a character from an anime I love, and yes, she's a body pillow. She makes me happy, and that's all that matters." There was a moment of stunned silence, followed by a few awkward coughs. But then, something unexpected happened. Julia stood up and clapped. "Good for you, David." Slowly, a few others joined in. It wasn't a standing ovation, but it was enough. I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. In the weeks that followed, things were different. Some people still snickered behind my back, but others started treating me with a newfound respect. Julia even invited me to join her Dungeons & Dragons group, and I found myself making new friends who shared my interests. I learned that it's okay to be different, to have passions that others might not understand. Sakura-chan was a part of who I was, and I was done hiding. As for my career, it surprisingly didn't suffer. If anything, my boldness earned me a bit of a reputation as someone who wasn't afraid to be himself. I even got a promotion a few months later. Life at Bright Ideas Inc. settled back into its routine, but with a few new twists. I found myself more open and honest with my colleagues, and they responded in kind. I was no longer just David from the cubicle near the window. I was David, the guy with the anime pillow, and proud of it. Sakura-chan remained my confidante and source of comfort. She had been there for me during my loneliest moments, and now she was a symbol of my courage and authenticity. Years later, I look back on that time with a smile. What started as a mortifying experience turned into a journey of self-discovery and acceptance. I found my voice, my friends, and my place in the world, all thanks to a simple anime body pillow. So if you ever find yourself hiding a part of who you are, remember my story. Embrace your quirks, your passions, and your weirdness. Life's too short to be anyone but yourself. And who knows, you might just inspire others to do the same.